Hello friends, this is the fourth part, or the fourth question in my video series, Questions for the Trump Supporter. Now to recap, I made this list about 6 months ago when I sat down and brainstormed, questions I have for Trump supporters. Things that they've given him a pass on that I don't understand. And this one is very important to me. To some of you, this might be a no-starter. You could care less if he says he's Christian or not. But to some of us, or to some of his voters, that was a big thing. Do you believe Trump has a working knowledge of the Bible and Christian doctrine, and that the Bible is his favorite book? During the campaign, Trump said that the Bible is his favorite book. Okay? Do we believe that? Is it okay that he lied about that? Well, it's not his favorite book. And it's so obvious that this guy has never even been in church, or never even read the Bible, never even thought about Christianity. You'd think he would brushed up a little bit before the campaign when he's sitting here trying to get the evangelical vote. He didn't even have to. You gave him a pass on it. You just believed him. How do you read this? 2 Corinthians, right? No one says 2 Corinthians. I never in my life before Trump heard someone say 2 Corinthians. Let's play that for you.
When you think, and that's really...
The C-SPAN networks bring you long-form public affairs programming from the nation's capital and are a public service of your television provider. C-SPAN, created by cable.
And we're going to protect Christianity. And I can say that. I don't have to be politically correct, but we're going to protect it. And I asked Jerry and I asked some of the folks, because I hear this is a major theme right here, but 2 Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians 3:17.
2 Corinthians. Unbelievable. And what does he mean by protect Christianity from what? What he's talking about there is gay marriage, right? And abortion, right? Well, the Bible's his favorite book. So, Mr. Trump, what's your favorite passage? What's some of your favorite passages, right? Should be at least a couple of them, right? Okay, let me bring this up here just a second here.
If you haven't gotten your daily dose of Trumpisms today, check this one out. Hashtag Trump Bible, of all things, is now trending following an interview that Donald gave on Bloomberg's television show, With All Due Respect. When asked about his admission that the Bible was his favorite book, 2 reporters asked him to list some of his favorite passages.
I'm wondering what 1 or 2 of your most favorite Bible verses are and why.
I wouldn't want to get into it, because to me that's very personal. When I talk about the Bible, it's very personal, so I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into...
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite?
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
And with that, Twitter was off and running. Reverend Eric Atkinson tweeted, "A third man passed by, and he was a Samaritan.
Well, anyhow, they also asked him in this interview, what's your favorite book in the Bible? What's some of your favorite books? And he couldn't even name a book of the Bible. Who among all the people can't think of a verse? Can't name a book in the Bible? You really think, this is personal. I don't want to talk. Yeah. Okay. That makes no sense. Well, he got so much flack over that he was asked again, and he came up with his favorite verse: "Never bend to envy." Right? Well, let's check this out.
Donald Trump has finally sort of cited a Bible verse. Turns out it doesn't really seem to exist. This is so good. Donald Trump first claimed that the Bible was his second favorite book. Then he was asked to state his favorite Bible verse, and he said he wouldn't because that's very personal, which I actually liked. I wish that there was no role whatsoever for Bible verses to play in conversations with potential elected officials or elected politicians. Then, though, Donald Trump did an interview with the Christian Broadcasting Network, and that is a place, Lewis, where Bible verses are going to be aplenty, and he decided to state a Bible verse that he really likes. The only problem is, it does not exist. Let's take a look at the video, listen to the audio.
The Bible, you talked about, The Art of the Deal, great book. The Bible, even better. Why is that for you?
Well, there's so many things, like, you take whatever you want to say, there's so many things that you can learn from it. Proverbs, the chapter, never bend to envy. I've had that thing all of my life where people are bending to envy.
Yeah, that's not a proverb. It's not a verse. So he's trying to lure these evangelicals. He's trying to get the evangelical vote and coming out, I'm a Christian, the Bible's my favorite book. Didn't even bother to do any homework. Didn't even bother to... He has nothing to say about the Bible. Unbelievable. You gave him a pass on that. Another thing you gave him a pass on is calling himself the chosen one. Did you guys see this? He looks up to the sky. Oh, I guess I'm the chosen one. And at a different time he called himself King of the Jews. Now the conservative Jews in Israel love Trump because he moved the capital of Israel to Jerusalem. They even made a coin comparing him to Cyrus. Unfreaking believable. You gave him a pass calling himself the chosen one? A reporter asked Trump, have you ever asked for forgiveness? Have you ever asked God for forgiveness? I want you to hear his response, Christians, evangelicals. Come on, let's listen to that. You gotta frickin' hear this.
Need an oil change?
Okay.
Get one today
I'm
at
sorry.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. No appointment needed.
Sorry about that.
Let's talk about the race here in Iowa. It's getting really, really competitive, very neck and neck between you and Cruz. There's an entity called Central Marketing Incorporated. It's polling people in Iowa, asking them about different attack lines against you.
Well, let's take Cruz.
Well,
let
let
me
me just
be
add,
doing that.
he shouldn't be doing it. We don't know. I don't know for a fact that it's Ted
I'll
Cruz.
tell you what, if you look at his answer, because somebody asked him, do you think it's you? And he went, believe me, after I saw that, I said, it's him. He shouldn't be doing that. Very unethical.
Well, let me ask you, because one of the potential attack lines has to do with an answer you gave to Frank Luntz months ago when you said that you've never asked God for forgiveness. Do you regret making that remark?
No, I have great relationship with God. I have great relationship with the evangelicals. In fact, nationwide, I'm up by a lot. I'm leading everybody. But I like to be good. I don't like to have to ask for forgiveness, and I am good. I don't do a lot of things that are bad. I try and do nothing that's bad. I live a very different life than probably a lot of people would think, and I have a very great relationship with God, and I have a very great relationship with evangelicals, and I think that's why I'm doing so well with Iowa.
The life you have now, when you say that you try to do good, that sounds very different from decades of tabloid media coverage in New York, in which some of your wilder escapades were.
Well, I'm talking about over the last number of years.
Okay.
I've been, I'm leading a very good life. I try to lead a good life, and I have.
I'm talking about over the past couple of years. Yeah, because he knows what's out there. All that stuff in Trump's past, you gave him a pass on. The adultery. Flagrant adultery. The 3 wives. The filing bankruptcy, screwing his workers. The racism. I'm going to list all this stuff in his past. There's no way. It's laughable to anybody who knows anything about Trump that he claims to be a Christian and that the Bible is a favorite book. You actually believe that? No way. Unbelievable.